covering a social media shutdown of truly historic proportions. We're going to look at how a brand new, groundbreaking law in Australia is logging millions of young people off the internet, and what that could mean for the rest of us, all around the world. So let's start with just one number, 4.7 million. That's how many social media accounts, all belonging to minors, were shut down across Australia, and get this, that was in just 1 month. So what on earth is really going on in Australia's digital world to cause such a huge seismic shift? To answer that, we really need to unpack what some are calling a full-blown digital revolution down under. Okay, here's the core of it. On December 10th, Australia started enforcing a law that's the first of its kind anywhere in the world. And the immediate result? Well, it was the deletion of those 4.7 million accounts, all belonging to users who were legally too young to even be on these platforms in the first place. So how does a law like this actually work? Let's take a look at the new rules of engagement for the entire tech industry. At its heart, the law is incredibly direct. It strictly prohibits anyone under the age of 16 from using social media, period. There's no gray area, no wiggle room. It's just a clear, bright line drawn in the digital sand. But here's the real game changer. It's the enforcement. The government has put the entire burden, 100% of it, on the platforms themselves. See, there are no penalties for the kids or for their parents. All of the liability, we're talking legal and financial, it rests solely with the tech companies. And just to make sure these companies take their new responsibilities seriously, this law has some serious teeth. Any platform that fails to comply faces a potential fine of up to 49.5 million Australian dollars. Now that is a pretty powerful incentive to get with the program. Unsurprisingly, the Australian government is framing this as a huge success with global implications. As Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said, "This is a matter of pride for Australia and a model that other countries in the world are now following." So they clearly see themselves as pioneers, setting a brand new global standard. But how have the powerful tech companies, the ones that literally built this digital world, how have they responded to having new rules imposed on them? Well, their reactions have been a real mix of compliance and, you guessed it, conflict. The industry's response has been pretty split. Most of the heavy hitters, we're talking Meta, Google, TikTok, Snapchat, and X, they've all chosen to comply. But there is one notable exception, Reddit. While they are removing accounts, they're also challenging the law's legality in court, which is setting the stage for a major legal showdown. And just to give you a sense of the scale of this corporate compliance, just consider Meta alone. The parent company of Facebook and Instagram has confirmed it's already removed 550,000 accounts from its platforms. Just one company. Now, as the Prime Minister suggested, this isn't just an Australian story anymore, not by a long shot. We're now seeing the beginnings of a potential global domino effect. So yeah, Australia's policy is no longer some isolated experiment. It has triggered what a lot of people are calling a domino effect, with governments all over the world now watching very closely and seriously considering if they should follow suit. And we're not talking about a small list here. Major nations like France, Malaysia, and Indonesia have all signaled some pretty serious interest. Similar discussions are happening all across Europe and even in several US states. The ripple from down under is spreading far and wide. But despite all these massive developments, this story is far from complete. So let's move to our final section and look at the big questions that remain in this unfinished digital story. Officials on the ground are injecting a healthy dose of realism into the conversation. Australia's e-safety commissioner, Julie Inman-Grant, she admits that perfect enforcement is a huge challenge. She's actually stated that it's unlikely that every single underage user has been found, and that some accounts are probably still active. It's an ongoing process, not a one-and-done task. And the government is also looking beyond just enforcement to the actual human impact. A major scientific study has been commissioned to evaluate the law's long-term effect on adolescent mental health. Now, we won't see the results for several years, but the work to understand the real consequences has already begun. All of this leaves us with one profound question. Is this just one country's bold policy, or has Australia just rewritten the rules for what a digital childhood looks like, not just for its own kids, but for an entire generation worldwide? The answer is a story that is only just beginning to unfold.